There are 4 categories of work that you're doing as a business owner, and unfortunately, most advisors and most business owners, they're spending their time in the wrong category. But once you discover these 4 and then make a decision to spend time in the right one for you, that's when you'll start to see your business take off. And that's when your work enjoyment and your life satisfaction is going to take off as well. So this video is going to be made up of 2 parts. First, we're just going to identify where you currently are, and then we're going to decide where you should be focusing moving forward so that you get that increased level of satisfaction, life and work satisfaction. By the way, if I haven't met you yet, I'm Dave and I own an advisory firm, Streamline, with Tim, and we're using this channel to really share the tactics and the principles that we're using right now to grow our firm quickly. Last year, we grew our firm by close to 60 million in AUM with just 2 advisors bringing on new clients. So if you're an advisor, subscribe so that you don't miss this. Other advisors have told me that they subscribe, but they still don't get shown new videos unless they come to the channel. So be sure to click on the bell icon as well, just so you get notified whenever we post a new channel or post a new video. So let's get into these 4 categories so you can identify and then decide your ideal future in your business. Right now, you're in all 4 of them. You're really wearing 4 different hats, but you're spending more of your time in one of these than the other 3. And the magic happens when you can proactively spend time in the area that you want to. So the first category that we're looking at is that of a technician, which is really the doer. It's the hands-on, day-to-day work of the business. This is the reason why we got into the business. It was to be the technician so that we could help people make smart money decisions. But we quickly learned there's a lot of other parts of the business that require a technician's work. If it's just you or you've got a small team, you may also be the admin assistant or the scheduler or the office manager or the tech person or the forms person, all these different things that it takes to have an office run. And I'm sure you're feeling it now if you're solo or if you just have a small team. So step 1 here is to identify the technician work that you want to do and then what you don't want to do. What you might want to be doing is the things like the plan creation or the actual meetings with clients or the researching and the reading and learning and then implementing those strategies for people. That's technical work and that's stuff that you probably want to be doing. Some of the other things we mentioned just a minute ago, that might be the stuff that you're not as thrilled about doing. I often recommend that you create a do not do list. And as you go through your week, as you spend either at the end of the day or at the end of each hour, think back to what you just spent time on and then write down the things that you wish you didn't have to do or things that you spent time on you really didn't want to spend time on. It makes sense for you to spend your time on things that are $1,000 per hour activities rather than the things that are $10 per hour activities, right? I have a whole video on how to identify these in your business, which should pop on the screen right now. If not, it'll be below this video. But one more thing on this before we move to the next one. Business owners will often ask me, who should be the next person that I hire? Or how do I know when it's time to hire the next person? And the answer is really simple. If you've got less than, say, 5 employees, you should hire the person that frees up the most time and mental bandwidth for you so that you can continue to do more and more of the things that give you energy and the things that actually move the needle for your business. So now let's move on to category 2, which is the manager. So as you start to hire people to help do the work down here, the technical work that you don't want to do, down there, then you'll find that you're spending more time actually managing the technicians. This is the overseer. You're the overseer of the people doing the work. And this category is where processes and checklists become very, very valuable. One of the best parts about this category is that you're really multiplying your time. As you train someone to take over those activities and tasks that you're going to be handing off, then it's more work in the beginning because you're training them and making sure they do it right. And it actually takes longer in the beginning to do that, but you're multiplying your time because then when the task comes up in the future, you're not the one doing it. Someone else is doing it. And you'll be spending that time that's now saved on those higher value activities. The reason why checklists and processes are so important here is because it's really inevitable that when you hire someone, they're not going to stick around forever, most likely. So having a training manual or a checklist or something that somebody can follow when they come in and get plugged into the position, that can help cut down your time involved whenever someone new is hired. Now, before we get into the next level, if this is helpful so far, please like this video so that I know that it's good, and then share it with your colleagues too if it's helpful, because I'd love this channel to really grow more so that it can help more financial advisors too. Now, this next level is the level of a leader. And a leader is a lot different than a manager. Leadership is about really casting that vision, the thing that gets the team working together and excited about the future. It's motivating people to perform and then turning that vision into a reality, all getting on the same bus or in the same rowboat and going the same direction. The leader's really looking into the future and then pointing the team in the direction that they can all go and get excited about together. And then the final one is one of the owner. This person, the owner, is not as involved in the day-to-day, or even might not even be involved in the month-to-month sometimes. The owner is the one who usually gets the KPIs either from the manager or leader and sees those key performance indicators or OKRs, whatever you're using in your firm, and then they look at the metrics and study, and they may even be making decisions based on the metrics of the business. And then they might make decisions on capital allocation, on where the company is headed. They might be involved in those key decisions each month or each quarter, really on big picture decisions that need to get made. So more working on the business than inside the business. So the challenge for you right now is to take a guess at what % of the week do you spend in each one of these areas. So if you're spending, let's pretend it's 90% of the time in the actual technician. And if you don't have any employees, then you're spending very little. You're managing yourself maybe. And then leadership and owner, to make it easy, you can combine these two, and you're spending 9% working on the business and seeing where you're gonna be heading next. So the questions to ask again are just, how much time are you spending working in the business? How much time are you spending managing the team? And then how much time are you spending on the business and the direction that you want it to go? Now, the next step is take those same things and then write down the ideal scenario, where you'd want to be, how you want to be spending your time, what percentage would be best for you in an ideal world. Anything, everyone's different here. So example, maybe you do want to be spending 90% actually meeting and doing the things you want to be doing, meeting with clients, planning and all that, and you want to spend 0, or maybe it's 5% here and 5% in these areas. Or maybe, like many people that I talk to, they'd rather be spending less time here and then more time in the leadership position. And there are few advisors who are actually good managers and enjoy the people management part, but a lot of them do not. So it's really, you get to make up what would be the ideal scenario for you. Now, if you wish you could have more time to spend working on the business and you feel just too busy though, where you can't do that, or you're not sure if you're spending your time wisely when you're working on the business, if you're thinking about the right things, then check out the video that's gonna pop up on the screen soon, and it's gonna give you a way to work on the business in just a few minutes a week. That's really a smart way to go. And if you made it this far and you like this video, it would mean a lot to me if you'd subscribe and then click the like button if you liked it. And then I'll see you in the next video. Take care.